Root Sports is brought to you by Just for Men, Mustache and Beard. Game one of the triple header. Mariners, Huskies, Cougs. It's going to be a busy day around downtown on the wet one, but luckily it's a dry one for us. Brad and Bill back out here at our center field perch in the pen, and this is nice. I just keep turning the show over to other people. Let them do the work. Your local Ford Keys to the game. Brandon Maurer, why not?
That's where we're going. We want to talk young pitching, and Maurer, he's been terrific his last two turns. Look at the keys for Maurer's success tonight, or this afternoon. Number one, a dark slider. Boy, this young man, he's got a Scherzer slider, and when right-handers get in that place, they're going to get rubbed out. He's done it all season long. Outstanding breaking ball. Just a matter of consistency, but he's going to have to be able to do a little bit of that against left-handers as well, which we're going to talk about here in a minute. Number two, check emotion at the door. This young man pitches with his heart on his sleeve. Sometimes that's good, a lot of times that's bad. He kicks himself a lot. So when you get into jams, he's going to have to park those emotions, stay strong, stay steady. Last two turns against Detroit and Kansas City, much better at this, I thought, because you know what? Just stay with the course. You got great stuff. Throw strikes, good things are going to happen. So that's going to be important today for Brandon in his last turn. Last but not least, hashtag lefties. I just want to make sure you 21st century folks know that I'm on board with the social media. But there's going to be 8 of them in the lineup. Oakland can load the box. Brandon's been hit by left-handers pretty hard this year, but the last 2 games, 238 batting average, only 1 home run, 5 of 21. He's getting the ball away to lefties. He's using his curveball. So look for better things, and it's going to have to be better things because they're going to throw a ton of lefties at him.
Hashtag lefties out. Social media, you are hip, man. You got this stuff down. Got this stuff down, man. I got your facts, too, by the way, last night. That was a good one. Fans coming in, maybe the first of 3 games for them today. Mariner fans getting ready for the A's. We're getting ready, too. First pitch on the way on Root Sports. Brought to you by Ford. We are local. By Safeco Insurance. Do more. and by the Emerald Queen Casino, where it's Hammer Time with MC Hammer November 23rd. For tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com. Bring your parachute pants. Of course, it's very appropriate that MC Hammer is coming to the Emerald Queen Casino. Of course, he was an Oakland A's ball boy when he was a kid. Brad Adam here, out here in the pen. Mariners A's on the way. Football weather, Huskies Cougs, but baseball first. The guys calling the game. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers up in the booth. And gentlemen, started today, Brandon Maurer trying to do, I guess, what James Paxton did his last couple of turns, really opened some eyes looking forward to next season.
Well, it's certainly an opportunity, Brad, no question about it. Good afternoon, everybody. And this is a terrific opportunity for Brandon Maurer to continue what he has started this season. Got to be looking for growth as you look forward to the 2014 season.
And I think if you look at what Maurer has done, you can see in his last start, 7 innings pitched, just 1 earned run for him. And Paxton, of course, was fantastic, 7 innings, did not give up an earned run. And I think really what this is for Maurer is just another step forward. He's had 2 good outings in a row. You mentioned this year, started off tough in the rotation, went out to the bullpen, back in the rotation now. That's where they want to see him. He will go to fall ball. So I think this is just another opportunity for him to make a statement today, come out and command his fastball, use his off-speed pitches efficiently, which is what he's done in his last 2 outings, and just take that next step forward, finishing up the season.
This will be a heck of a test for him. As you know, the Oakland Athletics trying to win that best record in the American League. They're going to the playoffs again, so it should be a hearty test for young Brandon Maurer. Good eats here at Safeco Field, the penultimate game of the 2013 season. The A's and the Mariners' first pitch straight ahead. Rainy day in Seattle, but have no fear. The roof is enclosing us here at Safeco Field. Come on in. Got some baseball for you. The next to last game of the 2013 season. It's the Athletics, the 2-time defending champions in the American League West, taking on the Seattle Mariners. Glad to have you with us, everybody. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, and a Root Sports crew as we get ready for Brandon Maurer taking on Jared Parker. Let's take a look at the A's batting order for this afternoon.
For manager Bob Melding leading off, Coco Chris. Chris last night, 4 hits in the game. Also 22 home runs on the season. Then it's Josh Donaldson, Lauer, Brandon Moss with the big home run. See what he's done against the Mariners this year. 6 home runs. He had a 3-run homer in last night's ball game. Then it's Cayespo, the DH. He will hit 5th. Reddick, Smith, Vogt, and Sogard, the second baseman, rounding out the 9 for the Athletics. Brandon Maurer, his final start of the year, 6.48 ERA. 65 strikeouts, 26 walks for Brandon. He's pitched well in his last 2 outings. 2 earned runs against the Tigers and just 1 earned run against the Royals, so he's hoping to continue on that success. And the defense this afternoon brought to you by T-Mobile. Ibanez in left field, Ackley the center fielder today. Almonte getting the start in right. And on the infield, Kyle Seager at third, Miller and Franklin up the middle. Justin Smoke, the first baseman. And Mike Zunino will do the catching again this afternoon. So Mike, after catching last night, back behind the plate this afternoon.
Brandon Maurer's last win, it came in relief. It came against the Oakland Athletics on the 20th of August, win an inning. Pick up the victory. His last win as a starter back in April, 25th against the Angels. That was here.
And for Brandon, he has really good stuff. If you look at his stuff alone, it definitely plays here at the major league level. His command at times can be an issue. Repeating. His mechanics on the mound, that's been an issue for him. But his fastball, 96 with some run to it. A good hard slider, occasional curveball, and changeup for Maurer.
First pitch to Coco Crisp, a ball. The umpires Alan Porter behind the plate, Marvin Hudson at first, Jerry Lane, the crew chief at second, and Hunter Wendelstedt at third. And ball 2 to Coco Crisp. 60 degrees here in Seattle. Rain outside. Winds are calm. This one hit well down the line, hooking foul. Coco Crisp has had his best year hitting home runs. Mike, his bat has been exceptionally quick from the left side.
Well, I think the other thing that he understands is teams don't want to walk him. And I think you get into counts like he just did 2-0. He's going to cheat and get out in front of some fastballs, which he was on that one. Maybe a little too quick. It definitely had the distance, though.
16 of his 22 home runs have come from the left side. 3-1.
See his numbers from a year ago. 251, just 10 home runs for him.
Back with a strike, 3-2. Crisp with 20 stolen bases. 5th in runs in the National League with 93. He's had a nice year. Franklin ranging to his right. Goes out Crisp. Start here, 1 down. Bring up Josh Donaldson.
What a season for Donaldson. Athletics weren't sure how they were going to use him. Had a few injuries. He ended up moving in, playing third every day, and made the All-Star team. And overall, a .302 average with 24 home runs and 93 RBIs for Donaldson.
Really impressive. 9th in batting, 5th in on base, 9th in slugging, 10th in RBI. Brandon Maurer, Southern League most outstanding pitcher last year, a 9-2 record, a 3.20 ERA. Was named the most improved player by the Mariners. Made the club out of spring training.
That's best fastball so far, 96 miles an hour.
Maurer's 4th appearance against the Athletics, 3rd start. Got a record of 1-2 with a 6.75 ERA. That August 20th win against the A's was back in Oakland. Made his big league debut against the Athletics on April 4th. That one gets away. Suffered the loss in that game, going 6 innings. On deck is Jed Lowry, the shortstop, the switch hitter. Swing and a miss. There's breaking ball. Gets Donaldson 2 down.
Brandon didn't give in to him. 3-2 count. Goes to the slider. Donaldson thinking he's going to get a good fastball, but a slider moving away from him just enough to the outside corner for him to swing and miss.
Brings up Jed Lowrie. Lowry's second to Manny Machado in doubles in the American League. Manny out with a leg injury. This season's over. Suffered a few days ago. Manny with 51 doubles. Jed with 44. Slapped the other way for base hit. And a hit in the count 2-0. Brings up Brandon Moss. Boy, did he do some damage last night. A 2-1 pitch, couple of men aboard. First inning, hit a monster 3-run homers, 29th. Since last June, he's hit 51 home runs. Guy that was with the Red Sox a few years ago. Gets to the Athletics. Tilly Davis changed a couple things. Said, hey, you're not a punch and Judy hitter. You're a power guy. Open up the hips. Let it fly. It's worked out pretty well for him. 1-0. It's 1 for 6 against Mauer.
I've seen Brandon fall behind 2 hitters out of the 3 he's faced, and you certainly don't want to fall behind this guy and have to give him a fastball to hit.
Behind 2-0. Inside corner for a strike. Brett Miller moving behind second base now. Shortstop. Two and two the count to Brandon Moss. 2 out. Jed Lowrie at first. Two and two. Going down to second, Zunino. On the second grab, can't make it happen.
It'll be a wild pitch. It looked like a breaking ball that was in the dirt. Take a look at it. He blocks it, keeps it in front of him. When it kicks off to the side a little bit is when Jed Lowrie, the veteran, takes off right away. And it looked like Mike might have a play. Tried to barehand pick it up and dropped it again.
Official ruling is indeed a wild pitch. Lowrie at second, a full count here to Moss. Alberto Callaspo on deck.
20 pitches here in the first from Mauer.
Left field. Raul Ibanez. He's there, and that'll do it. No damage done in the first. No runs ahead. No errors, and a man left. Nothing across for the A's. Mariners coming to bat. house with us today, one of the great legends in the state of Washington, the great Bob Robertson. Sweetheart of a guy. Been calling sports in the Puget Sound area for decades, and a really good toss to get us going here at Safeco Field. Let's take a look at the Mariner batting order. Way to go, Bob.
Looked like it was a strike. The starting lineup is brought to you by Chevron. Brad Miller will lead off, and then it's Abraham Almonte with last night. Back in the lineup hitting second, then it's Seager Morales. See what he's done in his career against Parker, a 364 average. Ibanez, he's hitting 333 off him with a couple of home runs. He will hit fifth today. Smoke, Ackley, Zanino, and Nick Franklin rounding out the 9 for the Mariners. For Parker is having a good year. 12th game winner so far, 3.74 ERA. Trying to get up over 200 innings on the year, 130 strikeouts. His best pitch is his changeup.
Brad Miller fouls one right below us, strike one. Drive deep to left. On the track, Seth Smith for the first out. Eric Wedge yesterday saying he is resigning. He's not going to come back. I talked to Brad Miller before the game, and Brad said he found out about it during batting practice. Some of the A's came up to him, let him know. He said it was just very weird in the clubhouse yesterday. Kyle Seager said, hey, he's the only manager I've ever known. We were shocked. Really got caught unawares. And Eric today countering some of the statements that GM Jack Zaremczyk made yesterday. And so it was a little bit, got some news making the wire service and Twitter and blogs this morning from his morning news conference. And Eric was quite blunt about a lot of things that he said. So let me be clear, the contract's not the reason I'm not coming back here. If they'd offered me a 5-year contract, I wouldn't have come back here. So let's be clear with that. And he wanted to continue. Here's Almonte on 1-1 pitch. It's where they see the club talking about upper management, and where I see the club and my vision for the future and theirs, it's just different, and that's about as plain as I can make it. It's Almonte offering a bunt. So that's where that situation lies. Mr. Wedge will not be back next year, and you can understand that the feelings frayed, to say the least. And it's a he said situation, but it's resolved by the fact that Eric will not be back next year.
Well, I think the big thing with it too is that they have a difference in opinion, and ultimately Eric made the decision himself to walk away. Respect that and move on. That's all that you can do at this point. You know, it sounds from those comments that he obviously wasn't happy, so he made the decision himself.
2 down. Almonte taking a called third strike. Kyle Seager will be the hitter.
I think the thing about it is what you said with Kyle too. For all of these guys, and we talk about the youth on this team and all of them having to learn to play at this level, this is also a part of it. So for most of them, Eric has been the only manager they've known at this level, and they'll all have to figure out what they're going to do and move forward, because there definitely will be somebody different when they show up in spring training next year. And it's not fun. It's uncomfortable at times, but it's part of the business, and they'll have to learn that too.
Seager granted time. Kyle 0 for 4 last night. Inside from Jared Parker. Parker with a 3-2 career mark against the Mariners, 4.15 ERA this year, 2-1 with a 3.62. Mike Brumley, very cool and getting out of the way. That hard hit ball. Seager facing Parker, who hails from the same hometown as Eric Wedge, Fort Wayne, Indiana. And fouled into the glove of the catcher. That's going to do it for the Mariners in the first. No score. Of baseball, Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, and Root Sports crew. Wild card scores. How about this?
Wow.
So the Rangers and the Rays, boy, look at that. A loss, a win, and a Tribe coming up. Whoa. So that means you have two teams.
Well, if the Indians lose that game, you're going to have a three-way tie.
Man, oh man.
With the Rangers winning and the Rays already losing. I showed you Cleveland, nothing ball game in the fourth, so they can go into the last day. There you go. The way it stands now, you have Tampa at Texas. If it stays the way it is right now, then the winner of that game will play Cleveland in the wild card showdown. Then the winner of that will have to cruise on into Boston. So
I tell you what,
it's going to be tough.
The pitching staffs are going to take a beating here.
Yes, it is going to be tough, but it could be a lot of fun.
Yep. High drama. Alberto Callaspo, 0-2, leads off here in the second.
I think Ron Washington and the Rangers feel a lot better right now that they ended up taking care of their business first and foremost, and that's win their game. But see, they needed some help, and they got some today by the Blue Jays, who beat the Rays.
First time in a long while as Callaspo takes a call at third strike that Washington Rangers control their own destiny. That was a team what we both were riding them going into the month of September.
The Rangers, I expected them to win the West, and that didn't happen. They struggled, and the A's have been one of the hottest teams in baseball.
They started that game because of big rain down in Texas. Started early, 11 a.m. Central Time. So I got the early follow. Early final. Here's Josh Reddick. Rangers took advantage of 5 errors in that game. That always helps. Eastern Washington playing in Huntsville today. Just started playing because of that long rainstorm down there in Texas. Two and one to Reddick. Two and two, one out, nobody on. Bounce foul. Two pitch. Took a lot off, gets away. Nino throws down. The slope to complete the play. Back-to-back strikeouts, 3 for the ball game with 2 outs.
It looked like a slow curveball, only 75 miles an hour. He'll throw that pitch from time to time. I think for the most part, you'll see him stay with his good fastball and his slider. An occasional throw a cutter up there too, but he gets a good run on his fastball. That was a slow curve at 75.
2 outs brings up Seth Smith.
Good pitch. I'm sure in the scouting reports, Seth Smith, first ball fastball hitter.
Oh, we've seen that.
They started him with a changeup. Seth Smith, when he was with the Rockies, was mostly a pinch hitter for them. And a big part of that job is to be aggressive when you're coming off the bench, and that stayed with him.
The Texas win their 6th consecutive victory, 11-14 now in September. 1-1 count. Took a lot off. Nifs 2-1. lot of pitches. We're only in the second inning.
36 pitches so far. Ended up getting a couple of strikeouts. Looked like he was going to have a quick inning, but another hitter's count he'll have to work around.
Bouncing ball fair, backhanded by Smoke, feeds to Mauer. That'll do it. Nice inning. Couple strikeouts and a ground out. Home second coming up. Morales, Ibanez, and Smoke are going to swing the bat. All right, Angie, thank you very much. Here's Kendrys Morales to lead it off. Big swing and a miss. 281 hitter, 23 homers, 80 runs batted in.
Had a good night last night, 2 for 3, including that 23rd home run for Kendrys.
Morales leads the club with a 281 batting average, leads him in hits, total bases, home runs, and RBI. Pop. Trying to locate it. Sogard's under it.
T-Mobile defense for the Athletics this afternoon. In left field will be Seth Smith. Coco Crisp out in center. Josh Reddick is the right fielder. Reddick strong arm in right. Have to be aware of that. Donaldson at third. Lowry and Sogard up the middle. Brandon Moss, the DH last night. He will play first this afternoon. Stephen Vogt will do the catching.
Today and tomorrow for Raul to get home run number 30, which would eclipse the mark he shares with Ted Williams for most home runs as a 41-year-old. Great year for him. 29 homers, 65 runs batted in. The last home run gave him number 300 for his career. Good number.
I was talking to some people about Raul and him sitting right there tied with Ted Williams. And then a little bit of a debate came up. Would it be cooler to have your name tied with Ted Williams or to be past him and have Ted and the rest of the guys below you?
See all of the above.
It's a good position to be in either way. I personally hope he gets the home run here.
I would love to see him, but you know, if it doesn't work out,
still in good shape.
Yes, indeed.
And the career numbers for Raul. 300 home runs for him. 18th season.
Well, he's had some good swings the last couple of days. And
just missing him. He typically can cover that. Right there was a high fastball, and that's where he does a lot of his damage. He's one of the few left-handers you'll see in the league that can get on top of that pitch and drive it, but last few days fouling it back.
What better place to get it done than right here at Safeco Field?
That's right. We'll be able to see what Raul decides to do.
Yep.
His contract will be up after tomorrow's game, and see if he wants to play. I would assume that he does. He works awfully hard as he gets a walk here.
And I walked in with him today and did not ask him. He is playing in his 123rd game. We didn't think he played near that much. But he's been good for the ball club as he walks. I got a feeling they can find a role for him next year.
Oh, I think that's why I think it's up to him. It comes down to what he wants to do. I think if he wants to play, this is definitely where he would want to play, because this is his home now. I think the Mariners certainly would like to have him back, but I think it's going to be his decision what he wants to do.
Great run at 41 years old. Coming up, they good year last year in the playoffs with the Yankees. Here's Smoke. He takes ball one.
Justin looking for his 20th home run of the year. 19 home runs for Justin.
0 for 3 with a walk last night. High fly ball, deep right field. Going back is Reddick on the track. Looking up. Goodbye. Just got it out of here. Back to second row. 2-run homer for Smoke, and the Mariners have a 2-0 lead. Big Smokey with his 20th home run. RBIs 49 and 50. Got it on a 1-0 pitch.
Career high in home runs for Justin. 20 home runs. Now it's a towering home run. Wasn't sure if it was going to have the distance, especially if you watch Reddick, the right fielder. He looked like he was trying to camp up. Or look at that, straight up in the air. Able to get the barrel to it, though, and had enough carry. There, what, second row?
Yep, second row.
That'll work.
Well done. Ackley takes a strike. And a lady. She had incoming and didn't know what to do. 0-1. One to Ackley, ground ball at second base with Sogard. Goes to Moss. 2 down. Join us for Kids Appreciation Day. It's tomorrow afternoon. Your kids will eat free. That's right, all youngsters 14 and under will receive a voucher for a free hot dog and Pepsi at the gates. Plus, they're able to join the pregame on-field parade and have a shot at winning great prizes all game long. So get your tickets at Mariners.com. Mike Zunino. This is ball one. 1 for 3 last night. Base hit to left.
His base hit to left last night almost put a hole in the fence. Hit a line drive over the left fielder's head, in the middle of the fence. He hit so hard it ricocheted back to the left fielder and held him to a single.
2-1 to Mike. Outside again. Good count here for Mike. 2 outs, 2 runs in. Nick Franklin on deck. Strike, full count.
5 pitches, fastballs away.
The 3-2 pitch from Parker. Center field for Coco Crisp. That'll do it for the Mariners. Highlight of the inning, a 2-run homer by Justin Smoak, his 20th of the season. High and far and just got out. Mariners have a 2-0 lead. His 20th. Best records in the American League. Oakland has to win 2. Boston's got to lose 2. Detroit locked into that 3-hole. And coming up tonight, John Lester against Wei Yin Chen. Red Sox can clinch home field throughout the playoffs with a W. Stephen Vogt, the catcher, leads off for the Athletics. Eric Sogard and Coco Crisp they'll follow 8-9-1. Boston will also clinch that best record should the Mariners win today. Towards the line, trouble, and bounces into the stands for a ground rule double. All had a long run.
And with the left-handed hitter up, he was over towards left center field, and that ball, lazy fly ball, but it was slicing away from him. Then it'll hit the warning track and bounce into the seats.
6th double of the season for Stephen Vogt. Brings up Eric Sogard, the second baseman. Back up the middle, broken bat single. Ackley charges. Stop sign put up for Vogt by Mike Gallego, the third base coach of the 80s. Runners at the corners to start the third.
Good pitch from Brandon Maurer as he hits this ball. It'll be right off the end of the bat. That shatters his bat. You can see it breaking in his hand, but it ends up flaring into center field for a base hit. Now Brandon Maurer, who was just given the lead, in a little bit of trouble here in the top of the third. We'll turn the lineup over. Coco Crisp to step in. Coco grounded out to second his first time.
Dangerous hitter. third hit for the Athletics. Strike one to Coco. Two runs, one hit for the Mariners. No runs, three hits for Oakland. One pitch. Breaking ball in there for strike one and two.
Really takes a lot off of his curveball. So just 73 miles an hour, but had a good break. Took a 12-6 break. Sometimes you get a sweeping action on it, and that's typically when it gets away from him. Stays on top of it. It's a good pitch for him. Typically you'll have it down in the zone, which is where you want it.
Fastball ripped deep right center field. Ackley's there tagging his Vogt. A's run aboard. Sacrifice fly. Coco Crisp picks up an RBI, his 66th. 2-1 ball game. And Coco with his 8th sacrifice fly, he takes over the team lead. He had been tied with Reddick in that category.
The Athletics' best hitter, Josh Donaldson, in 302 with 24 home runs stepping in.
Some Oakland fans screaming MVP. Donaldson will definitely get some votes.
If there's any doubt he's the MVP of their team this year. He and Coco Crisp put a job, but how much was expected of Donaldson, and he ended up being an all-star.
Josh struck out his first time. Well documented. Converted catcher. Good glove man at third. So he can swing the bat really well. 9th in the American League entering today. 1-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Howard with 3 strikeouts, no walks. Close.
Whoa. Quick tag by Smoke.
Sogard has been known to run. He's 10 out of 15. Just a quick move there.
Marvin Hudson, the first base umpire, watching the play.
He just got it in there. 2-1. Swing. Foul tip. 2-2. Here's a 2-2 outside. I don't remember Mauer being this deliberate in the early part of the season.
He's taking a lot of time in between pitches, and
Ted Lowry on deck.
I think you'd like to see him getting a little better rhythm, but he's having to throw some pitches too. 50 pitches with 1 out here in the third.
called. Three and two, throw over to first. Mauer set 3-2 here to Donaldson. Runner goes. Drop back.
It's a good fastball in on his hands, tied him up a little bit. 95 miles an hour with some run to it.
Does what? He's going to Arizona Fall League?
Yes. That's the plan.
See what he gets out of that. Sogard runs again. This one, sky to right center field. Ackley taking control. Sogard gets back 2 down. This offseason will be interesting for the Mariners. Got to get a new manager, probably a new coaching staff. Got more kids on the way. Youngsters who are here more than getting their feet wet as the Mariners try to become a factor in this tough American League West division. Jed Lowry, base hit to left. First inning. Bouncing ball, smoke, easy play, and Mauer's out of the third. Gives up the sac fly to Coco Crisp. Got a 2-1 ball game. SF Railway, the engine that connects us. By Jack in the Box. Go big at participating Jack in the Box with Jack's really big chicken sandwich combos for only $3.99 plus tax. And by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. Rain has stopped. The roof covering us here at Safeco Field. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, the Root Sports crew. Next to last game of the 2013 season. Nick Franklin leads off here in the home third, followed by Brad Miller and Abraham Almonte, 9-1-2.
It'll be interesting to watch the Mariners make some adjustments. Second, third time through the lineup to Parker. They only have 1 hit. Granted, that 1 hit was a home run by Justin Smoke, the 2-run homer.
2 balls, 1 strike to Franklin, who's 1 for 7 against Jared Parker.
Parker surprisingly first time through. A lot of fastballs for him. He has a really good changeup. That's his best pitch, so I expect he'll start throwing more changeups as this game moves on. 34 pitches so far for Parker, but a lot of fastballs.
2-1. Ball 3. Nick pulls one foul. Full count. Brad Miller's on deck. Parker 13-8 last season, 3.47 ERA. Came over in a trade from Arizona. That stays fair. It does. Into the corner. Reddick to dig it out. And Nick going to go for 3. Sogart's throw to third. It is. Kick in time. They got him. Reddick to Sogart to Donaldson. Franklin out at third.
This might have been one of the better relays we've seen this year. Our money tree in-time play of the game, and Nick Franklin would have been a leadoff double for him. The ball gets stuck down into the corner, and when he sees it, he decides to go for third. But Reddick does the right thing. He hits his cutoff man, and Sogart gets rid of this ball quickly, and it's a perfect one-hop strike.
Third base umpire Hunter Wendelstadt. There's a great look at it. Donaldson. No doubt about it.
That's a good call.
No doubt about it. There's Miller driving one to the gap. Deep right center field. Gone! Home run, Brett Miller. His 7th of the season. 2nd home run today by the Mariners. And the Mariner lead now at 3-1.
Talk about it this year. Brad is always aggressive on the fastball, and he gets a first pitch fastball. It is middle, about belt high. And at times he's shown some pop. Backspin on that ball. Take a look at this swinging our McDonald's Supermo. Pulling his hands inside, barrels it up. Good looking swing. A couple of home runs for the Mariners again on the fastball. Parker still not throwing a lot of changeups.
Abraham Almonte, the hitter. That was a rocket coming right at our camera.
That is lined out of right center field. Wow.
Almonte driving. Making a catch is Reddick. 2 outs. Mariners 2 home runs today gives them 187. It's a heck of a number. It's a big turnaround from last year. Baltimore leading the American League home runs with 211 starting today. Now the Mariners got to add some more components into that home run situation there. Runners in scoring position needs to be improved, and pretty much all across the board offensively. If they can at least hang their hat on that.
Well, you look at their home runs. In 10 they hit 101, and 11 109, 12 149 last year. As you mentioned, 187 this year.
Fly ball left field for Seth Smith. That'll do it. On a home run by Brad Miller this after Nick Franklin throwing out trying to stretch into a triple. Mariners lead at 3-1. Fan Pulse time, not trivia question, Fan Pulse. And let's hear from you at home. Who's your Mariners MVP for this season? Seager, Ibanez, Hernandez, or Iwakuma? I'm going with Kuma. I wasn't a big fan at the start of last season. I didn't know what he's going to bring. He picked it up in the middle portion of last year, and it's been brilliant since. I'm going with Kuma.
Yeah, I think that's a really good list. You look at the first half of the season and what Raul was able to accomplish this year with his 29 home runs. Kyle Seager, steady, plays every day. That you can depend on, and of course Felix.
Franklin ranging to his left next to play.
I'd probably be in with you, Iwakuma.
You take away, you look at, what's that number I looked up at one point? He had 7 no decisions where he left the game with the lead.
Right.
Finishes 14-6 with a 2.66. With any kind of offensive help, he could have won 19-20 games for sure. Alberto Callasco. Struck out looking his first time. Live ball hit pretty well, backing up Ackley. Makes the play. Take a look at our Sterling Beck. Nobody works harder for you. And here's a case for Iwakuma. Look at this. Tied for first in the WAR category, ERA. Sanchez and Colon ahead of him. The whip, only Scherzer is ahead of him. And only Shields and R.A. Dickey ahead of him in innings pitched.
I think the innings pitch is the thing that's impressive to me. A lot of talk about whether he was going to be able to hold up. And he not only did that, but he worked deep into a lot of games this year. And that's why he's just short of 220 innings pitched this year. Mentioned the bullpen. He saved those guys a lot of work this year because of that.
That WAR came from Baseball Reference, not Fangraphs. Fans are split between Iwakuma and Ibanez for MVP.
I certainly understand that.
Josh Reddick, a strikeout victim in the second. Raul coming in and won't be able to get that dunk shot. Base hit for Reddick. Notice it more and more in Major League Baseball. A lot of guys playing with the mouthpiece. Anybody play with mouthpieces during your time?
Not that I can think of. You know, 1 year in spring training, they had a thing where they put everybody through their physicals and all that, and they had somebody there saying if you would wear that, it relieves some tension. But I don't remember many guys going with it.
Seth Smith looks at strike one. Smith rounded out the smoke his first time. One. 3 strikeouts, no walks given up by Mauer. Giving up a run on 4 hits. Run coming in a sacrifice fly by Coco Crisp in the 3rd inning. Big swing and a miss by Smith, 1-2. Two outs, Reddick at first. Reddick 9 out of 11 in base stealing.
Brandon can retire him. He'll start to get his pitch count in shape again. 63 pitches. First pitch strikes 11 out of the 16 batters that he's faced.
1-2, breaking ball. Foul off. Ball and 2 strikes. Throw over to first. Mauer got his first big league win on the 14th of April here at home against Texas and went 6 innings. 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. One and 2. Ball 2 to Seth Smith. Two and 2.
We saw this last night from the Oakland A's. A lot of long at bats.
Yeah.
They're going to battle you. And now you have Seth Smith. He's seen 6 pitches in this at bat. Fouled off a number of them. 2-2 count. But they're just not going to give ABs away, even though they're getting towards the end of it. Probably, you would think, looking towards the postseason and the playoffs. But continue to battle trying to get these wins.
Two outs and a 2-2 count. There's run another full count. They had 3 full counts in the first inning. 1 in the third. And now 1 here in the fourth. Three and 2. Runner goes. Bounce foul. He's blowing his pitch count up.
Yeah, 8 pitches. It looked like he was going to have a quick inning. Little flare by Reddick, and now this at bat. 8 pitches in this at bat. It's changed everything.
Boy, oh boy.
Second trip to the mound for Zunino in this at bat.
If you're going to throw a fastball, don't miss with this guy. 3 and 2. Reddick runs. Pitch. All 4. First walk. First and second. Stephen Vogt got a ground rule double. He sliced one down the left field line, bounced into the stands. Who's in the National League? The Buccos 8-3 over the Reds. Cardinals, they clinched the Central last night. Marlon Byrd, what a great pickup for the Pittsburgh Pirates. 3 for 4 with his 24th home run, second RBI.
He's had a good year. 24 home runs on the year for Byrd.
Came over from the Mets mid-season. These are the matchups. Cardinals can still get the #1 seed. And they have to finish a game ahead of the Atlanta Braves. And they're tied at 95 wins apiece right now. 1-0. Breaking ball for strike 1-1. Vogt, the 5th batter here in the 4th inning for Oakland. Mariners got a 2-run homer from Smoke in the second, a solo blast from Miller in the third. In the Oakland third, Coco Crisp with a sacrifice fly accounted for their run. The A's run.
In Oakland, 1 for 2 with runners in scoring position this afternoon. Again, what looked like it was going to be a quick inning for Mauer. He's having to work hard. Gets 2 quick outs. Base hit, a walk, and now behind 2-1. Vogt, number 8 hitter in the lineup. He's thrown 72 pitches working here in the 4th.
2-1. Two on, 2-2 count, 2 outs. Foul below Zunino.
And another long at bat, 2-2 count. This will be the 6th pitch in this at bat coming up. That was after Seth Smith, who's at first on 9 pitches before he walked.
Two and 2. Reddick at second. Smith at first. Pitch off speed pitch hit foul. Mariner lead, a 2-2 count here to vote.
Well, he's throwing him everything that he has. We've seen changeups, curveballs, sliders, some good fastballs to him, and vote another long at bat. 7 pitches. So 16 pitches between the last 2 hitters so far. Smith's on 9, and Vote's still fighting up there with 7 pitches in this bat. 8th one coming up.
2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Strands 2. The pitch count blown up in the 4th. Mariners lead 3-1. Welcome Country Vision Cable subscribers from Cheshire, Oregon. Thank you for rooting on the Seattle Mariners. All of us at Root Sports and the Mariners appreciate your support. There it is. I like the cable reach. I like the reach that Mariners and Root Sports has. It's very impressive up here in the Pacific Northwest. Anderson Morales to lead it off, followed by Raul Ibanez and Justin Smoak here in the fourth. 3-1 lead. Couple of home runs for the Mariners. Justin Smoak, a 2-run shot, his 20th. Brad Miller's 7th home run. Morales bobbed to second his first time up. With the left center hanging up in the air for Coco Crisp. He calls off Seth Smith. Here's Angie Mentink. Sounds like they need to get the squeegees out at that ballpark. Thank you, Angie. Raul Ibanez walked and scored on the Smoak 2-run homer. Got fooled there, 0-2.
That's a good changeup from Parker. Again, that's his best pitch, but he's throwing more fastballs. Maybe going with what we saw from Colon last night. Colon last night, 97 pitches, 94 of them fastballs between his 4-seamer and his 2-seamer.
Had a plan, it worked, stuck with it. That's a lesson for a lot of young pitchers, right?
Well, you look at it, his fastball last night range was 88 to 95 miles an hour, so he did a good job of changing speeds, worked both sides of the plate. He would sink it, take a little more off and sink it when he needed to. That's unheard of in today's game to throw that many fastballs.
Right. 40 years old. Picked up his 18th win. Second only to Max Scherzer in wins in the American League. Scherzer with 21. 1-2 here to Raul. That's going to go foul.
Raul has a couple of home runs off of Parker. He was out in front of that changeup. It was a good one to hit. Middle of the plate, about bell tie, but just looked quick on it, 82 miles an hour. With most teams, you'll see the shift on for Raul. They have the infield swung around to the right side. Sogar is out on the grass in right field. Donaldson, the third baseman, playing in the shortstop area.
Probably deploy the same way for Smoak, who's on deck. 2-2 coming up. And a miss. Raul's gone. 2 outs. Third strikeout for Parker.
After the changeup, comes back with a good fastball. Take a look at the swing by Raul. It's going to be a little bit late. Throws it by him at 93 miles an hour. Well, it can make Parker tough at times. But using this changeup, it really speeds up his fastball, and you end up in between as a hitter. Your timing is off.
Smoak. High towering home run, his 20th 2-run shot. With the Mariners in front in the bottom of the second.
Did a good count again. 2-0.
Left field for Smith. Easy inning for Parker. Mariners go 1-2-3 in the fourth. They do have a 3-1 lead. Saying thanks to our youngest Mariner fans with prizes, surprises, mascots, and more. For Kids Appreciation Day, it's tomorrow against these A's. Thanks to Ivers and Kid Valley, all kids. You're going to receive a free Mariner Moose poster. Plus, there'll be prize giveaways all game long, including a BMX bike, a flat screen TV, autographs, and more. For tickets to join in on the fun, visit Mariners.com. 3-1 lead for the Mariners. Eric Sogard, the second baseman, leads off.
So far, Brandon Maurer has had to work hard to get through the first 4 innings, but he has the lead 3-1. He has been in trouble in a couple of those innings, but so far the Athletics just able to get the 1 run off of him.
He's down a bunt and goes foul. Sogard, a base hit to center his first time.
Brandon has had 1 clean inning. That was the second. And a couple of strikeouts and a ground out to first.
Almonte for the catch. 1 down here in the 5th. Top of the order, Coco Crisp. A ground out and a sacrifice fly. Strike 1, nice breaking ball. Ball for another strike.
2 slow curveballs. Be a good idea. Take some of the sting out of the bat of Coco Crisp. Again, a career high 22 home runs for him, and I would bet you that most of them are turning on the fastball when he has had to count in his favor. Take a little bit off of it, throw it below the hitting speed.
Did not go, says Hunter Wendelstedt. Ball and 2 strikes. Ball's over on 1 to Nick Franklin. 2 outs. Bring up Josh Donaldson, who struck out and fly to center. $23,000 last night here at Safeco Field. Gave away a car. They put all the keys on the table. They went through and all the keys didn't work, and the last guy, he knew he'd won. Didn't even have to press the key. The suspense was amazing. I was watching with Ken Griffey Jr. and Jay Buhner in the auxiliary radio booth. They were screaming it. I mean, the suspense was getting to them. It was so funny watching them. And Rick Riss is doing his best. Bob Barker down there. Price is Right. It was pretty cool. Well, last contestant.
That's amazing, really, that we come down to that. What are the chances?
Big fireworks show afterwards. 0-2. Strike 3 called. Donaldson gone. Strikeout number 5 for Brendan Maurer. He's through 5 and a 3-1 lead. Sound Acura dealers. Visit your Puget Sound Acura dealers to test drive the extremely new MDX. Before the game, hello Noah. Look at that rain. Fans made it into the ballpark. Roof been covering us up for a long time. 60 degrees, rain has stopped, but more of that. There was multiple weather systems en route. Cougs later on, and the Huskies will be playing some wet conditions.
They're used to it.
Yeah, that's it. Hey,
they're used to it.
Stanford and Arizona will have to make the adjustment. Stanford playing the Cougs across the street. Arizona is at the Huskies. 1-1. Oh,
he's going to get a hit. There you go.
Pitcher not there. Nor do you expect him to be. That ball was hit like a bullet. Nice job to knock it down by Moss. A base hit for Ackley to start the Mariners' fifth.
Well, it looked like he was going to make the catch. A diving effort. You take a look at our McDonald's Supermo and the swing by Dustin Ackley. He hits it hard. Ends up hooking a line drive down towards the first baseman, Moss. And then Parker, as he sees the line drive, he thought he was going to make the catch or it was going to be a base hit. Right off the end of the glove, and you hesitate at all with Ackley going down the line. He's going to beat you to the bag. He's one of the quicker players in the league from home to first. That'll be a base hit for Dustin.
Strike one to Mike Zunino, flied out to center his first time on a 3-2 pitch. That was back in the second inning. Quite a save by Stephen Vogt, the catcher. Has not been Ackley's want to try to steal a lot of bases. Here we are in game number 161. He's had 5 attempts. Dustin playing in his 112th game.
I think that's something that'll definitely have to change going into spring training next year. He has to take advantage of his speed.
It's only going to be with you for so long.
That's a good point.
Up the middle, gets through, a base hit. Frank Zunino keeps it going here. First 2-minute reached. We will continue with our fan pulse. We'll keep it going throughout the game, but let's see. Ibanez with a substantial margin on Iwakuma.
Hard to argue with it.
Yeah.
What a year he's had.
He's had a great year. To 29 home runs that first half. He had, what, 24 in the first half.
Yeah.
Big part of his success. I just like the steadiness of Iwakuma.
A good start to the 5th inning for the Mariners. Couple of base hits. Brings up the number 9 hitter, Nick Franklin. Nobody throwing in the Athletics bullpen. Parker, just 61 pitches so far.
To Nick. Doubled into the right field corner, thrown out. Reddick to Sogard to Donaldson. Trying to stretch it to a triple. Led off the 3rd inning. Showing no indication of punt. Takes a strike, 1-1. Donaldson, the 3rd baseman, in on the grass.
It's middle of the game, 5th inning, and I think Eric Wedge trying to play for the big inning here.
count for Nick. 3-1. Brad Miller's homered his last time up, 1 for 2.
Looks like the A's playing him just straight away. Coco Crisp really not shading one way or the other. Pretty much dead away center.
Three and 2. Payoff here to Franklin. Sogard can't get it, can't climb that ladder. Reddick's got a great throwing arm. Everybody will move up a bag. Bases loaded for Brad Miller. Nobody out here in the 5th. Brad, first pitch he saw after Franklin had been thrown out to third, he hit a rifle shot out of here.
Ended up onto that tarp for his 7th home run of the year. Pitching coach Kurt Young out to the mound, and they'll start to get some action out in the bullpen. It looks like Jerry Blevins is going to start throwing the left-hander for the Athletics. And a great situation for the Mariners. 3 straight singles, 7, 8, 9 hitters. Turn the lineup back over to Brad Miller for his 3rd at bat of the game. Brad's been able to get the ball in the air twice. You look at Blevins fly out to left field and then that home run. It looks like they're going to bring their infield in. And now they're starting to move back in the middle of the diamond. Corners are up.
Nobody out, bases loaded. Whoa, up and in.
Every now and then Parker will try to throw a cutter, and it looks like a cut fastball in at the shoulder of Miller.
Hackley at third, Zunino at second, Franklin at first. 1-0 to Brad Miller. Great opportunity here. 1-1 pitch here to Miller. Upstairs, 2-1. Two-one pitch. Hit well down the line towards the pole. Grand slam for Brad Miller. Mariners have broken it wide open. 7-1 Seattle. Got it on a 2-1 pitch. A 2-home run game. First grand slam for Brad Miller. Boy, he hit it hard too.
It was just a matter of whether it was going to stay fair or not. He jumped out in front of a fastball at 90 miles an hour. He's shown some pop in a couple of multi-homer games. This one right here is the big prize, the grand slam. Good fastball in the inside corner, and he cuts it off at the pass. Man, he really hit it hard.
Almonte, crowd buzzing.
2 home runs and 5 RBIs for Miller in this one.
Good for him.
Still nobody out.
How about that? They're cheering at the Red Sox clubhouse right now. 1-1. 7-1 Mariners as we play in the home 5th in Seattle. Almonte a strikeout looking and a fly to right.
The Red Sox now a little bit closer to the best record in the American League.
First 4 men have reached and scored. 3 singles and a grand slam. Way out front, Almonte. He's gone. First out. Fourth strikeout. Bob Melvin coming out to get his starter, Jared Parker, who's been bombed around here. In the 5th, it's Mariners 7-1. Grand slam. Justin Smoak with a 2-run homer earlier. Let's take a look at the wild card story. Blue Jays knock off the Rays. Rangers win for the 6th consecutive game. And the Indians lead at Minnesota. So right now tied for the 2nd wild card, which could, as it stands right now, it could shape up like this. Tampa Bay and Texas winner plays in Cleveland in the wild card showdown, and then on to the next round. Wild card winner would be at Boston, Detroit, at Oakland.
Big day tomorrow, isn't it?
Ooh.
Tampa and Texas.
Huge.
Lieutenant Jerry Blevin's going to take over for Oakland. 66 appearances on there, 5-0 record for him. 3.19 ERA. He's given up 7 home runs this year.
Kyle Seager will be his first hitter. 1 out, nobody on. 4 runs in. Breaking ball, it slipped.
Only 70 miles an hour.
Outside. Mariners really pounded Jared Parker, blows up his ERA. Kyle Seager's got a 2-1 count.
Looked like he was pitching well, throwing a lot of fastballs, which was surprising to me. But then the Mariners were able to get to him. 4 consecutive hits, including that grand slam by Brad.
Two and two. Brad Miller, big moment for him.
He's played well. Got an opportunity by mid-season and has taken off with it.
popped up and playable. Shortstop going back. Lowry makes the play. 2 outs.
Now we'll bring up Morales. Morales 0 for 2 today. He'll turn around and hit right-handed switch hitter.
Seventh grand slam hit by the Mariners this season. Ackley, Ibanez, Seager, Blanco twice, Nick Franklin, and now Miller. I'll get there. No, nice play by Reddick, an outstanding right fielder. Oh, it really hit hard. But a fine play by Reddick. First home run by Brad Miller. First pitch he saw in the 3rd inning. 5th inning, 2-1 pitch, bases filled, stays fair, grand slam. Miller time, you bet. Bid to try to get the best record in the American League as we check the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Wrap up the season tomorrow. 1:10 start time, and then the playoffs begin on Tuesday. Should be a lot of fun in the playoffs. 6th inning. Jed Lowry leads off. Lowry today, base hit to left, round out the smoke.
Charlie Furbush is up in the pen for the Mariners. This next pitch will be 90 for Mauer. So this will be his last inning. There's Charlie.
Out back. Two pitch fouled off of a breaking ball. In some respects, it seemed like just yesterday we were in Peoria, Arizona, and here we are, September 28th of the season, about to be put in the books. A lot has happened.
Good pitch, good fastball. Looked like he just missed the inside corner after some off-speed pitches. Set him up for the pitch and just missed with it.
Retooling again. Here's a pitch. This one fouled off.
We're talking about Mauer going to the fall league and pitching down there. I think the biggest thing that they're going to work with on him is just repeating his mechanics. At times he's just dominant on the mound, and then things kind of get out of whack for him. He has a tough time getting it back, so that's what they're going to work on him. His stuff is good enough. There's nothing to do there.
2-2 pitch. Full count.
Another long at bat. This will be the 8th pitch to Lowry.
He wears his exasperation, I think, as a hitter, as an opponent seeing that. It's something he may want to play on. That's probably something the Mariners would like to correct, as this one gets into the gap. Lowry's going to scoot around second base. Leadoff double. Second hit for Jed. That's his 45th double. MLB.com at bat. Celebrating 5 years as your #1 mobile app for live baseball, available for iPhone, iPad, Android, and BlackBerry 10, Windows Phone 8 as well. At Bat delivers Mariner baseball with live audio, pitch tracking, stats, highlights, and more. Text at BAT to 31826 or visit Mariners.com for details. Lowry's a good hitter.
He has been a great pickup for the Athletics. Came into the game hitting .289 with 15 home runs and 75 RBIs, playing shortstop.
How about that? Second in doubles in the league. Impressive.
Good player. Last few years he's had some injury problems, but this year has been able to stay healthy. It's paid off for Oakland. Good player.
Brandon Moss 0 for 2, fly out in the ground. Hit hard, smoke vacuums it up. One out, down to third goes Lowry. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Down to third. Lowry with one out.
And Mariners up 7-1. They'll just keep their infield back. They want to get outs at this point, so they'll give up a run for an out here.
Roberto Callaspo took a called third strike and flied out to center. Double by Lowry, the 5th hit for Oakland today. Goes 3-0.
102 pitches.
With the strike now, 3-1. I'll pick up a run. Base hit for Callaspo. 7-2 ball game. Callaspo's 56th run batted in.
And that will do it. Eric Wedge coming out of the dugout. He will go get Charlie Furbush.
So run in, a runner on, and one out. And Mauer in position to win this ball game, pending the bullpen's performance. 7-2 Mariners. neighborhood today. Coming up tomorrow, CenturyLink linked to what's next. Game 162 for both clubs. Young Sonny Gray, good-looking right-hander against another good-looking right-hander, is Erasmo Ramirez. Done a good job knocking that ERA down. It was up in the 7s and 8s early in the year.
Yeah, he's been pitching much better lately. I'd like to see him finish on a strong note. Last start of the year for Erasmo. Last game of the year for the Mariners. So Erasmo will start that one for him. And for Brandon Maurer, 5 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, 103 pitches, 66 of those for strikes, and at times had really good stuff. Maybe fell behind too many counts. Oakland Athletics really made him work through it, but I thought overall threw the ball well.
There's the ledger of Charlie Furbush.
3.78 ERA for Charlie, 79 strikeouts, only 28 walks. His first hitter will be Reddick. Seth Smith was on deck. Chris Young has come out, the right-hander, to hit for him.
Mariners have hit 3 home runs today. 2-run shot by Smoke, a solo blast by Miller, and a grand slam by Miller. And for all 7 runs. Big 5th inning. So Miller hit the salami. Ace hit up the middle. Furbush hung one. And Reddick puts it into center field. That's back-to-back hits, 3rd in the inning for Oakland.
And Chris Young will pinch hit. Gotta be careful with him. He has some pop in his bat.
We went deep in Oakland in one of our trips there.
A lot of people remember him with the Diamondbacks and had some big years on the home run side of things for them. More of a platoon player now with the Athletics. See what he's done in his career pinch hitting. An average 316 average for him.
Strike one. Get out play.
Bob Melvin going to empty his bench here. Derek Norris, he's come out to pinch hit. Pinch hit for the starting catcher, Bo. A long home run last night.
2-run shot in the 7th inning. Chris Young, best year, 32 home runs with the 07 Diamondbacks. 22 the next year. He had 27 in 2010. 02. Did not go to Marvin Hudson. Pitch from Charlie. It's played by Zunino, 2-2.
Chris Young, I think, tried to convince Alan Porter that the ball hit him on the foot.
Elongated discussion.
We'll bring out Bob Melvin now. He wants to know what's going on. showing a lot of patience. I think a lot of umpires would have ended this discussion already. He said it didn't hit him, but he saw that it didn't hit him, so that should be the end of it.
Counts 2-2. Haven't seen anything about Chris Young being a lawyer, but he's a candidate. Chris Young pleading the case that some of the blue on the ink on the baseball showed up on his shoe, and that's what he was basing his case on.
Alan Porter didn't see it.
2-2. Strike 3 called. Big strikeout for Charlie Furbush. 2 outs.
Fastball at the bottom of the strike zone, 92 miles an hour. Bring up Derek Norris. He will pinch hit for Vogt. Norris pinch hit last night, 7th inning, and hit a home run.
Got 9 homers, 30 runs batted in. One and 0. Trelli in 2-0 hole here to Norris. Runners will hold 3-0. 2 outs, 2 on.
Charlie so far 11 pitches, just 5 strikes for him.
Way behind, 3-0. Charlie's got a deal here. 2 outs, 2 on. Pitch. Lost him. Bases loaded.
Sogard being called back. We'll have another pinch hitter.
There's a future Mariner pitching there. Taijuan Walker, you get Paxton, Bauer. Big Fryman come out pinch hit.
Chance Ruffin going to get loose in the pen. And Carl Willis now coming out of the dugout for the Mariners. Carl will see if he can get Charlie back on track, get him to throw some strikes, some quality strikes here. Nowhere to put anybody, so he's going to have to get right after Fryman.
Fryman 6'8", 250 out of Washington, D.C. to Duke University. A's picked him up off of waivers in March. Had been with Houston. Houston got him from San Diego on a Rule 5 pickup. Fryman, 275 hitter. 4 home runs and 24 runs batted in. Good story in the New York Times. His wife was an LPGA golfer and decided to put that on the shelf and follow Nate. Ball 1. 7th man to the plate here, the 6th inning.
9th spot in the lineup. Coco Crisp on deck. Lineup will turn over. Chance Ruffin again getting loose out in the pen.
Or 1 to Friday. An 8th round pick by the Padres in the 09 amateur draft. Turns 27 on New Year's Eve. Bouncing ball to Miller. Short way to Franklin, and that'll do it for the Athletics. They leave them loaded. Charlie Furbush pitches out of further difficulty. Mariners with a 7-2 lead. All right, Angie, thank you very much. Brett Anderson taking over on the mound for the Athletics.
For Anderson, only 15 appearances on the year, has been hurt. Normally a starter, but he's going to pitch out of the bullpen. 46 strikeouts over the 43 2/3 that he has pitched. Been a little bit wild. 20 walks in 43 innings for him. He's given up 5 home runs.
Just off the 60-day DL on August 28th. 10th game in relief. Seen plenty of him over the years.
It's a good arm. Typically his fastball will be in the mid-90s. We'll see where he's at now.
There's Raul Ibanez to lead it off. Strike 1, 1-1. Anderson's had all kinds of problems. He had a sprained ankle, diagnosed with a navicular stress fracture in his right foot. He had Tommy John surgery last August. Ground ball to Jamal Weeks, who takes over at second base. Raul is retired. Mariners and Luna Family Hearing are partnering for Senior Sundays at Safeco Field. All fans 60 and older get $5 off select view or $10 off select main level seats for all Sunday afternoon games. And tomorrow's the final event of the season. 1:10 start against the A's. Tickets available at the Safeco Field box office with a valid ID.
Justin Smoak going to step in. He's 1 for 2 with a home run. His 20th home run of the year. It's a career high for Justin. Chance Ruffin continues to throw in the Mariners pen, so it looks like he will pitch top of the 7th.
Mile high pop. Coming in, Reddick calls off Weeks. 2 outs. Two outs, nobody on. Brings up Dustin Ackley. Gonna smash off the glove of the first baseman Brandon Moss his last time up. He's 1 for 2. He scored on the grand slam by Brad Miller. Strike 1.
Interesting to watch Dustin going into spring training. Will he stay in the outfield, work both at second base and the outfield? He can also play some first base for you. See what the Mariners have in mind for him.
Anderson's lost a lot of baby fat since we last saw him.
Yeah, he slimmed down.
Works a lot quicker too. Although worked at a good pace before, but it looks like he's picked it up even more.
And things have a tendency to change a little bit when you're working out of the bullpen as opposed to starting. I've seen that with a lot of pitchers.
Anderson, drafted by the Diamondbacks second round of 06, came over to the A's in December of 07. Came over with Chris Carter, Aaron Cunningham, Dana Evelyn, Carlos Gonzalez, and Greg Smith. That's a trade that sent Dan Herron to Arizona. 3-2. And he walks Ackley. Good job by Ackley. Started out 0-2. Works a walk.
Bring up Mike Zunino. Mike with a base hit his last time up, 1 for 2.
Offensive heroes today. The Mariners, a 2-run shot by Smoak, and Brad Miller hit 2, including a grand slam. Down to the Mariners scoring. Two-0. short hop by the shortstop. Jed Lowry throws to Weeks, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left. 7-2. Chance Ruffin will take over. $13,751 on hand as we take a look at today's whiff, brought to you by Head & Shoulders with a hint of Old Spice.
We'll bring us Brandon Maurer, big part of the future of this organization. Brandon, in today's outing, threw a lot of pitches but was effective. Hung in there until the Mariners could give him a big lead, and he had a good fastball today. He topped out at 96 miles an hour. His curveball, that was an effective pitch for him. But I thought overall he pitched well. There's a good fastball in the outside corner. So Brandon's season is over. He will go to the fall league, continue to work. And he's happy about it. He should be. It's a good outing.
7-2 Mariner lead, top of the 7th inning. A's will have the top of the order to face the new pitcher for the Mariners, Chance Ruffin.
Chance, one of the September call-ups for the Mariners.
Coco Crisp, Josh Donaldson, and Jed Lowry.
Chance, only 8 appearances so far.
2-0. Ground ball to Franklin on the 2-0 count. 1 out. Let's take a look at today's cold hard facts, brought to you by Coors Light. How about Felix Hernandez this season? 6 consecutive seasons, 200+ innings. That's very impressive.
ERA, he had it under 3 going into yesterday. Gave up a couple of runs though, so it goes to a 3.04, 4th lowest in his career. And a career high, 9.5 strikeouts per 9 innings, a career high for Felix in that regard. Durable.
Yes, indeed. And dependable.
Over 200 strikeouts for him again this year.
The hitter's Josh Donaldson. 0-1 to him.
Lucas Lidke getting loose in the Mariner pen.
Big swing and a miss.
Big slow curveball, 74 miles an hour from Chance. Left it up in the zone, so Donaldson figured he would take a hack at it.
Strikeout, fly to center, and a strikeout looking.
Dan Otero, the right-hander, getting loose in the Athletics pen.
Two and two. On deck, Jed Lowry. What a good day he's had. Single and a double and a run scored. One out walk here in the 7th. Lowry will stand in. One out, one on.
Let's see if Chance can get a double play ball. You have Brandon Moss waiting on deck. That's why Lucas Lidke is getting loose in the pen, I'm sure, to face Brandon.
Strike one to Lowry. Slow breaking ball in there for strike two. Out on 3 pitches. That's a big spot there for Ruffin. 2 down.
A good way to bounce back too after walking a batter. Something you don't want to do when you're up by 5 runs, to come right back and get a strikeout. With that strikeout, looks like he's going to pitch to Brandon Moss, another left-handed hitter.
Wow, a couple of groundouts for Moss today. Strike one. Big hack, 0-2. Ruffin way out in front, 0-2 with a man aboard, 2 outs. Do it again. Missed off the plate, 1-2. High.
And Alberto Cayespo waiting on deck. He's a switch hitter. Lefties behind him. Well, one now. Reddick, the left-hander, pinch hit for the rest of them. The bottom of the order for the Athletics.
Working in on his fist. They can foul that one off.
You want to get in there and tie him up. You leave pitches out over the plate. That's when he's going to get some extension on you. So if you decide to go in there, make sure you get it. Don't miss out over the plate. 29 home runs on the year for Moss.
Off-speed pitch.
Twenty pitches in the inning for Ruffin.
Two. That's the kind of trouble you wanted to stay away from. Two-run homer, line drive by Moss. Put a stopwatch on it. Not a lot of time elapsed. Thing was rocketed out of here. Two-run homer. Brandon Moss's 30th home run, RBIs 85 and 86.
Well, and that's what I was just talking about. He was able to get a couple of fastballs in on his hands, but you leave it out over the plate just a little bit, and that makes all the difference. You can see this ball run middle of the plate. And he lines it over the fence in right. His 30th home run of the year.
7-4 ball game. 2 outs. Here's Kai Espo, RBI single to right his last time up. A's get in the playoffs. That kid's going to be a big factor, Moss.
It's amazing at this level, isn't it? Just 3 or 4 inches. Being inside where he was able to tie him up, and that one drifted out just a little bit.
He could see it coming. I mean, he wanted to go back in there.
Get it in there then. He missed. Cost him.
That one hit well, too. Right field, Almonte on the track. Can't get it. That's gone.
We're in the ball game.
Okay, 7-5 ball game now here in the 7th with 2 outs. Home run for Kai Espo, his 10th, 57th RBI. He's got hits in his last 2 plate appearances.
And that will bring out Eric Wedge. He's going to get Lucas Luetge. The pitch to the left-handed hitting Reddick.
So here come the Athletics in the 7th inning. Amy is dressed as Batman. She goes to get it. Does she get it? Does she get it? Under it. Big glove, and she made the catch. Pitching change here at Safeco Field. Couple of home runs. Got the A's right back in it. Miller provided some fireworks with a grand slam in the 5th inning, gave the Mariners a 7-1 lead, but now the Athletics are right back in at 7-5, 2 outs in the 7th inning.
And Lucas Luetge will take over. 34 appearances for Lucas, 27 strikeouts, 16 walks on the year. 5 home runs hit in this game. 3 by the Mariners and a couple of them now by the Athletics.
Back to backers here in the 7th. 2-run shot by Moss and Callaspo with a solo. 2-0.
Medina's up in the pen for the Mariners.
Back to strike, 2-1. 6th hitter to the plate. Josh Reddick hits in his last 2 plate appearances. He's also struck out. High pop. Smoke taking a look. Nice. Came back to it. Needed that in a big time way. A strike for 2 home runs, accounting for 3 runs on the board. A 7-5 Mariner lead. Last year, Washington's lottery turned 28.6 million Washingtonians into winning heirs. They can do the same for you. Thanks to Washington's lottery, winning heirs are made daily. And Appreciation Day. Thank you, Mariner fans. You bet. Supporting the ball club, 17,751 on hand here today. Mariners in position now. They should get some more insurance runs as the A's chipped away with 4 runs over their last 2 innings. In what was a 7-1 Mariner lead. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Crew.
Great point, Dave. I think you look at the A's, and we've seen that from them all year. They'll continue to fight you. Dan Otero will take over for the Athletics. 9-1-2 due up for the Mariners. Nick Franklin stepping in.
The A's are playing for something. Yes, they're in the playoffs and still have a chance. Best record in the American League at home field throughout the playoffs. Franklin, center field drive, left center field driving Chris back. Wow. Take a look at our Columbia Bank difference in the ball game. 2-1 pitch to Brad Miller. Kaboom. Grand slam, his first of his career. That was, and there's the grand slam right there. That's the one down the line. 7 run day.
7th and 8th home runs for Brad. Why not hit 3? Brad will step in, leadoff hitter for the Mariners.
Put it in play at the shortstop, Lowry. Miller out.
Portero, 31 appearances on the year. He's pitched well for the Athletics. That ERA, a 1.43 ERA. Not a lot of strikeouts, 26 strikeouts, but only 6 walks this year. He's not given up a home run. Heavy sinker, good slider. Abraham Almonte will step up to the plate. He's had a tough day, 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts.
2 down here in the Mariners' 7th, 7-5 ball game. He's about hit the Mariners 9-7.
Looks like Medina will come in and take over.
(1-0) to Almonte. Shows bunt, taken all the way, takes a strike. 1-1. Check swing, ball and 2 strikes. Two and 2 to Almonte. Otero, like Fryman, went to Duke University and later transferred to the University of South Florida. Almonte is gone. 1-2-3 inning in the 7th. 8th inning coming up. Mariners lead by 2. By Mazda, we believe if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. And by Sterling Bank, nobody works harder for you. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. And a lot of rain earlier, clouds now, but we're covered by the roof. 7-5 Mariners. And wild card update. Here's what's happening. The Rays lost. The Rangers won. The Tribe, the Indians have won. So the standings, here we go. Indians by 1, and the Rangers in Tampa Bay are tied. They finished that way. They'll have to play it off, and then their winner. Boy, oh boy.
Tampa will play at Texas. If everything stays the way it is right now, they'll play at Texas. And then the winners will play at Cleveland in a wild card showdown. Then that team gets to play Boston. So for the wild card teams, it's going to be a rough go.
Good luck to your pitching staff.
Yeah.
How deep can you go? You're going to find out soon.
Medina will take over for the Mariners, hard-throwing right-hander. Good fastball at 95. Will also use a hard slider. He will pitch to the bottom of the order. 62 appearances for him. ERA under 3, a 2.96 ERA for Medina. 69 strikeouts in the 67 innings he has pitched. Opponents hitting just 200 against him. Chris Young will step in.
Chris Young. Get another pinch hitter, Derek Barton. And Jamal Weeks.
I guess Bob Melvin feels he has the bodies, may as well use them.
Absolutely. Ground ball fielded by Mike Gallego at third base coaching box. Chris Young took a called third strike, pinch hitting Seth Smith in the 6th inning. Breaking ball for strike. One and two. Well hit into the corner. Davis, make that Young a very good runner. Gets a second easily. Lead off double here in the 8th. Bring the tying run to the plate. He hit that right on the screws, didn't he? Save time and money. Riding sounder from Lakewood in South Tacoma to Seattle. For schedules, visit soundtransit.org.
Derek Barton will pinch hit. He's going to hit for Norris.
Barton playing in just his 36th game of the season. Farmed out a couple of times. 3 homers, 14 runs batted in. He represents a tying run. Ball 1. Barton. So 1 down, runner at second. Hey, Mariner moms and dads, did you know there's a park within the ballpark at Safeco Field? It's the Seattle Children's Playfield located in center field and features a great playground with equipment and a concession options for your youngest fans. So the next time your family is catching Mariner baseball, stop by the Seattle Children's Playfield.
Mariners catch a little bit of a break. Barton's trying to pull the ball to move the runner over, but it looked like Young wasn't sure if Nick Franklin was going to catch it in the air. Did not run to third.
Jamal Weeks, younger brother of Ricky Weeks, who saw Jamal a lot last year. Started with the ball club early this year. Spent most of the year in AAA. Just the 7th game of the season.
This afternoon, 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position.
Breaking ball hit down the line, foul.
Close. I'll tell you what, Raul Ibanez, he's playing shallow and towards the line in left field.
Back Weeks in 118 games last year with Oakland. 221 hitter. couple home runs and 20 runs batted in. Swing and a miss. Weeks is gone. Big strikeout for Medina. 2 outs.
Some good pitching from Medina after giving up the double. Comes back. Hard breaking ball. It's Weeks to swing over the top of it. Now you get back to the top of the lineup. The veteran Coco Crisp will step in with a couple of outs. Coco this afternoon is 0 for 3. Has a sacrifice fly, so he picked up an RBI, but he's grounded out to second 3 times.
Ball 1. Behind, 2 balls, no strikes. Crisp 0 for 1 against Medina. Go to the inside corner, 2-1. All-American runs via home runs. 2-run shot by Smoke in the second. Home run Miller in the third. Grand slam Miller in the fifth. A's have out hit the Mariners 10-7.
Seager, Morales, Ibanez due up in the bottom of the 8th inning. So Sean Doolittle, hard throwing left-hander, getting loose out in the Athletics pen.
Boy, he was nasty yesterday. It's a 1-2-3-8.
Yeah, he throws hard.
Medina's got some issues here. 3-1. It's the count to Coco Crisp.
Jesse Chavez, right-hander.
Wow. Tying runs aboard. Go ahead run coming to the plate.
Another Mariner reliever that has struggled with his command, and that'll bring out Carl Willis. Medina so far 16 pitches here in the inning. 9 strikes, 7 balls. He's thrown a first pitch strike to any of the hitters he's faced so far. Josh Donaldson has been the best hitter for the Athletics this year, hitting .302 coming into the game with 24 home runs, but the most important number on there, 93 RBIs. That leads the Athletics.
1 for 3 against Medina. What a chore here now for Medina with 2 outs. Chang runs aboard. 9th leading hitter in the American League, swinging a bat. Runner goes. Throw down to third. He's in there safely. Double steal.
He steals this off the pitcher Medina. Great jump by Young. Not much of a chance for Zunino to throw him out.
10th stolen base for Chris Young. Coco Crisp on the back end, his 21st.
Oakland 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position this afternoon.
And a 1-0 count to Donaldson. 2-0. 2-0 pitch to Donaldson. Foul. Oakland's got to win both games, have a chance to get best record in the American League. They need help. They need the Red Sox to lose. And once the Mariners got that 7-1 lead, you knew they would have the ability to chip back, and they've done so in a big way. That's a huge, huge spot here for Medina. See if he can wriggle his way out of this trouble. 2-1 to Donaldson. Breaking ball misses. 3-1.
The Mariners bullpen is running on fumes. They came into the game ranked 29th in Major League Baseball with a 4.5 ERA. A lot of that damage coming in the second half of the season. There's nobody throwing in the Mariner pen.
It's all on him.
Yep.
Oakland fans have come alive. Zunino looked exasperated holding his hands up, so he goes out for a check.
Well, 20 pitches now in the inning for Medina, just 10 strikes.
At great speed. Young at third, Crisp at second. 3-1 to Donaldson. Walked him, bases loaded. And a good hitter coming up in Jed Lowry, who's got 2 hits today.
That's back-to-back walks for Medina. Hasn't thrown a first pitch strike. Faced 5 batters and has not thrown a first pitch strike. So he needs to find a way to get ahead of Lowry. Lowry, a good hitter. He'll use the entire field. Sprayed around, so it makes it tough to defend him.
He needs an out or he's in a world of hurt. 7-5 Mariners, bases loaded for the Athletics, top 8 with 2 outs. And Lowry, a 2-for-4 day, switch hitter. First pitch strike.
Bobby LaFromboise Boyce getting loose in the pen. Brandon Moss waiting on deck. He homered his last time up.
The reason why they're 2-10 division champs. What a battle. 0-1 here. Good pitch.
He's able to throw the hard breaking ball. He was able to get ahead with a first pitch fastball and then come back and throw this breaking ball as hard as he can. And gets Lowry to chase it and pitch out of the strike zone.
Oh, 2 pitch here. Outside. 1-2, bases loaded, 2 outs. 2-run lead for the Mariners. Chris Young, Coco Crisp, and Josh Donaldson. Nowhere to put a good hitter, Jed Lowry.
Looked like he just tried to throw that breaking ball again. Maybe overthrew it, just a little spinner, didn't do much.
1-2. Strike 3 called. Oh, man, did he need that? What an adventure the 8th inning was for Yoenis Medina. They loaded him up, and he's able to escape without a blemish. Wow. brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. Boy, what an escape by Medina in the top of the 8th. Bases loaded, got out of it unscathed. So we come to you above the A at Safeco Field. Roof enclosed, rainy day, and Medina feeling a heck of a lot better. I've been walking a tightrope, no net.
Walk is the big part of that. A couple of them in the inning to load the bases up, put them in some trouble. They end up striking out a really good hitter in Lowry. Danny Farquhar now getting loose in the pen, so Danny will try to close it out. Mariners will get one more at bat, and that'll be against Jesse Chavez. 33 appearances on the year for him, a 4.07 ERA. Opponent's hitting .236. He's given up 3 home runs this year.
Veteran Kurt Suzuki takes over behind the plate as you look at Farquhar. Kurt Suzuki reacquired from Washington 2 weeks ago. Kyle Seager leads off. Seager, Morales, and Ibanez here in the home 8th. Chavez, the 5th Athletics pitcher today. For Kyle, strikeout, a couple fly balls to left field. Two and one.
Danny gets loose in the pen. I'm sure he'd appreciate an insurance run.
Or 2 or 3. Three-one to Seager. And Seager will take his base. Hey fans, a reminder to catch all the action of the 2013 Major League Baseball postseason on Fox, TBS, and MLB Network. It all starts on October 1st.
Kendrys Morales will step in. Kendrys 0 for 3 today.
Weeks goes to Lowry, and there's your double play. Checking with Angie Minton. Don't you wish that on us.
There you go. I agree. Break the record.
Good a time as any. One and one, or Raul, a walk and run scored, strikeout, and a ground out. He got tied up. It stayed fair. Oh, man. Suzuki throws him out, and that'll do it. Ninth inning coming up. 4, 5, and 6 in the order. Danny Farquhar. From lockdown duty, 7-5 Mariners. The hopes of the Athletics trying to get the best record in the American League. If this holds up, Danny Farquhar on. See if he's up to the task.
Looking for his 16th save of the year, a 4.28 ERA for Danny. 77 strikeouts, over 54 2/3. Big number for him. Good fastball, 95, 96 miles an hour. Use a cutter at 90, 91, and a hard 12-6 curveball. He will face the middle of the lineup for the Athletics. The Moss, Cayespo, and Reddick due up.
Michael Saunders takes over in left field. There's the Condor. Places Raul Ibanez out there.
2-run home run for Moss earlier in the game. His 30th home run of the year.
I guess it's safe to say he's no longer flying under the radar.
No. 2 years in a row where he's been the power for the Athletics.
And he ahead on 2. Three pitches. Nice work. Danny Farquhar, 1 down.
A really good fastball too at 96 miles an hour. Take a look at it. Elevates a fastball, and with his velocity, it's going to be tough for a hitter to catch up to it up there. Well out of the strike zone. Gets Moss to chase it.
Right after him, Cayespo's had a good day. Last 2 times up, he homered and singled, 2 for 4. Why not?
Oh, he's throwing hard today. Feels good. That's a good fastball right down the middle, and he threw it by him. Good curveball.
1-2. Stairs, rides high on him. 2-2 pitch. Got him. Danny Farquhar, 2 up, 2 down. A couple of Ks here.
He's come in throwing strikes. It's been a problem for the bullpen today. They've had to work awfully hard, but 8 pitches so far, 6 of them for strikes. And he is 2 for 2 on first pitch strikes. Take a look at our McDonald's Supermo and the cut fastball of Danny Farquhar.
Not trying to be an artiste. Let's do it. I'm coming after you. Josh Reddick, a couple of hits today, 2 for 4. That thing's hammered into the corner, and it is a foul ball. He hit the barrel to it, didn't he? 1-1.
Curveball. Ended up staying up in the zone. Typically, he'll try to bounce it, but he left that one up.
And 2 here to Reddick. Mariners lead by 2. 2 outs. Pitch. Hit foul.
Eleven pitches, 9 of them for strikes so far for Danny.
Like his attitude today. Hey, let's go. Let's do this. Coming right after you. 0-2.
Good fastball. 95.
One and 2 to Reddick. Pitch. Popped it up. Playable. Zunino calling everybody off. Ball game. Mariners win 7-5. Boy, it got dicey, but the boys hold on to win. Home runs today by Smoke, 2 by Miller, and they held on to win it by 2.
And a good way for Brandon Maurer to finish the season. His 5th win of the year. Then the bullpen had to take over for him. He threw a lot of pitches, but the bullpen able to get it done. At times it was a struggle. Justin Smoke, congratulations to him, a career high 20th home run in this one today. And Brad Miller, another multi-home run game. Drove in 5 runs today for Miller. Good outing.
Farquhar picks up the save, his 16th. Eric Wedge in his next to last game here in Mariner Nation. Final 7-5 Mariners. Brad Bill, it's all yours.
Gentlemen, thank you, Mariners.